So let's see. I did have one that related to a prior guest we had on, right? So apparently, United Methodists across the U.S. have protested a global denomination's crackdown on LGBTQ members in all kinds of ways. A group of teens in a confirmation class at a historic United Methodist church in the Midwest has taken the unprecedented step of refusing to join the church. So 8 teenagers, 13 and 14, who make up this year's confirmation class at First United Methodist Church in Omaha, Nebraska, stood before the congregation on Confirmation Sunday, which was April 28th, and read a letter saying they do not want to become members at this time. The teens said they took their stand on principle because they believed the denomination's vote to uphold and strengthen its ban on LGBTQ ordination and marriage was immoral and unjust. Quote, "We are concerned that if we join at this time, we will be sending a message that we approve of this decision," the confirmation class wrote. It just, my heart swells for these 13 and 14-year-olds who are basically telling the adults, we really don't want to send the wrong message, which we would be doing if we signed on to what you're doing. And it's just a little shame on you, parents, shame on you, older members. For what you're doing here. It is bigotry and it is discrimination and, good for these young people for pointing it out. Yeah. Pointing out the obvious.
Yeah, there have been several people commenting that this younger generation will save us from ourselves. And, it shouldn't come to that. But I see stuff like this, and I'm very hopeful for the future.
I'm okay with it coming to that. It's funny, people will post on things, and they'll be like, oh, your kids and I'm like, I don't have kids and grandkids, but I still like seeing these young people do the right thing. It says here that the 8 teens received a standing ovation. Although they said, as is customary following confirmation, the church treated the youth to dinner, lasagna and a salad, and a gift of journals for each of the teens, where they can probably go and write about, what the church is doing and why it's wrong. Yeah. Put your treatises together. That was kind of a happy sort of thing to hear these young people taking a stand against bigotry and discrimination within their church.
Well, and it kind of emphasizes, one of the reasons that some people have commented that the Methodist Church in this country is dying. And when you have entire groups of young people like that who won't join because of the church's position on an issue like this, I think it illustrates why, these very narrow, bigoted views of what it means to be a religious person in that community, they are so out of touch with where people really are today.
I think so, yeah, for sure. And I'm, like I say, this young people make me happy. I hope they can clean up some of this mess. It's a big mess. So